I worked for hours on a gear video that I never finished, so I thought I would try to patch the gap by right now unpacking my bag. Unpack with me. This is my laundry room. It is also where I pack all my gear. I begin with an organized list and go through the list, find all the things, and pack them into the backpack. Okay, let's try to do this quickly before everybody comes home and starts talking. Snowshoes, they're in the car. I'll show them. These are the Atlas Helium snowshoes. They have a televator to make it easier to go uphill. They have a BOA system. Pop this up or down, ratchets tighter onto your boots. I like them. This is my shovel. I love this awesome black diamond shovel. Got a great deal on it. It's lightweight. Love it for digging snow, of course, okay? The Keen Evo NXIS. It's an inexpensive boot. It is lightweight. I think they're waterproof. I've stepped in a few streams and puddles so far, so good. This is my first aid kit, little items I really need. It's been the same since fall and summer, or I tweak it a little bit. This is all stuff that I had gotten out of the backpack when I got to the car. Reading glasses. Did I use them on this trip? Eyeglass cleaner. These are great straps. I have 3 different pairs. I got them at REI. They have a name. REI doesn't sell a whole lot of brands of straps, so it's like this or nothing. And turns out these are great. I have them in all 3 lengths, but of course they're adjustable. And I use these to attach the snowshoes to the outside of the pack. I use these to attach my foam mat under my pack. And so they're also not that heavy. Thermometer that also says the humidity. This was the first time using this, but I liked it because I could see the humidity was rising and rising. I knew the rain was going to show up eventually. These are really awesome little bendy ties. I use these to attach my lightweight shovel to the outside of my pack. I call it the cleanup bag. Toilet tissue, and then it might have this bag. I see a toothbrush and some floss. This is my headlamp. This is black diamond. I don't know what it's called. It's quite chunky. I don't think most people would want this big heavy thing hanging off your head. It almost tries to fall off, but I like it because it has red light and a blue and green light. I think that's cool because I have creative goals and I would like to turn the screen blue, green, do all these shots. I'm working up to it. Here's a couple fire starters. Let's get into the bag. The front of the bag, this is just a phone pouch. And this is a super lightweight water, flimsy water pouch. Side pocket. Tent poles. Is emergency whistle. I believe the emergency whistle is toot, toot, toot 3 times for please help me, SOS. And this backpack has a big flap here. Paper map. Didn't look at it the whole trip, but everyone says you're supposed to have that. Handkerchief. This is a giant trash bag in case of rain or needing to do something with my tent. I didn't use it, but it's good to have. So I once heard about some thru hikers who didn't use stuffy sacks. They just shoved everything in the bag, and I thought, well, lately I've decided that might be a good idea sometimes because for winter a lot of my stuff is fluffy. So why do I keep shoving it down into hard small sacks and packing that instead of just, shoving it down? This pack is huge. On top is a puffy jacket. I have brought a pretty hefty puffy jacket on every winter trip. It's essential. It's like wearing a sleeping bag, but for hanging out at camp, as soon as I get to camp, puffy jacket. This is my odor-proof bag, and I put my food in this, and then I put this in my food bag. This is my food bag. It's just a regular stuff sack I had for years. It says Sea to Summit Cordura, and it's a size small, 6.5 liters. And then inside of this, I have one of these Coghlan's odor-proof storage bag. I keep my trash, toothpaste, food, everything is in here, and that way hopefully nothing is an attractive scent to bring animals, not only bears but also smaller animals. So that's where my food is. This is my stove kit in here, and it is in a stuff sack, but that's because I don't want this stuff to puncture all the other stuff. And here, this is the like little flat reflector pad that sits under the stove. Came with the stove. This is one of these pouches. It's supposed to keep your food warm, but I also carry the stove in there because it's cushioned. Nice, because I love that stove. Is the MSR Win Pro 2. It's great. Okay, here's my proper matches, which I need to light the stove. And here is my large pot, because I thought I'd have to melt snow all winter. I didn't. I just brought as much water as I need. I can actually get by for one night on 32 ounces of water for cooking. And plus I bring the soft flask for the hike up, just drinking electrolytes. Here's a towel so this doesn't make noise in here. This needs to be washed. It's just a rag. I've gone to using the larger one instead of the smaller one because I'm convinced they work better. Here is my pot. What size is this? I want to say it's an 1150. It needs to be washed now, but you know, I use that in every video to boil water. Here is one of these mugs. I just love this mug. This one says Backpackers Pantry on it. I'm not affiliated. I just like their food. And if you order a bunch during a sale, you get free shipping and everything's on sale. So I threw in the cup. So good. I like it. Next, I'm unpacking another pair of wool socks. I like. Hold on. The cat ran out the door, ran around to the back sliding door, and that makes that dog go crazy. That's what it's like around here. Did you see that? I put him down, and he ran around me and jumped right back up. It's crazy here. Here is my bear rope. Normally, that goes in a bag like this. I might have used it for trash. I don't remember. I don't know how long it is. I keep shortening it, but I think it's pretty good now, so I could measure it. But it's just cheap paracord. Here's my oat milk. This is a Gossamer Gear bamboo spoon. Another cat. And I really like it's lightweight. It's probably bamboo, right? It's good. It doesn't retain odors or flavors, but now it needs to be washed. This is my actual food bag. This is part from the stove, the wind guard. So usually I have the two bags representing cook set and food bag. These are my puffy pants. If I could buy everybody who likes backpacking a present, I would get everyone down pants. Because if you have a puffy jacket, you know, you need that. Keeps you warm. But we tend not to buy it for our legs. But for winter camping, you need to be warm from head to toe. You can't have any body part cold. I've brought those down pants on every trip and use them on every trip. Underneath, I wear the wool. These are LL Bean wool tights. I think this is mid-weight. Forgot to mention that the Outdoor Vitals wool hoodie. It's a bit roomy on me and I like that for sleeping. Here is my Hyperlight pouch. Originally, I bought these two pouches. Both are food rehydration pouches to compare, but I knew that one of them would end up being my camera battery bag. This one is bigger. It fits the food bags better, and it was cheap, like $15. So when it gets dirty and food spills on it, I don't really care. This one was expensive because it's a fancy brand. I don't know what this is made of, some fancy Dyneema, I don't know. But I love it. It's very structured. It has a like cardboard or something at the base, and this one does not. And I don't ever put food in here. It's kind of small, but also I don't want to get it dirty. And in here I have all my stuff, and I put a hand warmer in there. Here's my Garmin InReach Mini on some trips. I have used it a lot for texting. This last trip I had great cell service, so I didn't need to use it at all. This, oh man, this is one of these annoying inflating vacuum things for your sleeping mat, and it's loud. I think it is obnoxiously loud, so I never want to use this around people. But I wait for all the people to be gone, or like this morning I got it like 5:45 so I could make sure and use this before any day hikers showed up, because I don't know what happened. Was I got to a point where I just didn't want to blow up that mattress with the stuff sack thing ever again. Oh no, my family's home. I hear them. Here's the hand warmer that I keep in there overnight. Sometimes I put this in my sleeping bag, sometimes not. And then what else is in here? Camera batteries. Oh, I forgot that I got this new lantern. It's a tiny lantern. There's a couple mini screwdrivers in here and backup SD cards. Lightweight wool balaclava. And I love this. I sleep in this, and it's great because you're not supposed to have your face inside your sleeping bag, but who said you can't have your face covered by a balaclava? And then the sleeping bag is around like that. And this just doesn't move around. I used to sleep in a hat. The hat was like tight on my head and it would fall off. It was stupid. This is better than a hat because it also covers this area so the warm air can't get out. Another thing I do to stay warm in my sleeping bag is whatever I'm not wearing anymore, like my hiking day shirt, I will put like, imagine I'm in the sleeping bag. Here it is around my face. And I have the big fluffy hood and the big fluffy thing. Then there's still like these little air holes where hot air gets out. I'll actually put this like, it's kind of ridiculous, but so warm. And sometimes I'll use that extra pillow. Here we have a critical bag containing tent stakes and guy lines. It's not lightweight, but it's important to keep my tent connected to the ground. First I bought these MSR Blizzard snow stakes. I think I got a set of 4 for $24. Then I wanted more, but the price went up. So I was like, so I bought the REI copycat version, and they're all good. They're all good. Okay, here are my sleeping booties. I have worn these on pretty much every winter trip. This pair happens to be Outdoor Vitals, and there's nothing to it. Like, actually, this is not down. This one is synthetic, but it's warm. I wear the wool socks and then this over, and that keeps my feet warm. A couple times I put a toe warmer packet into, but that was maybe just for the coldest, scariest of nights. Usually these are plenty. This is a pillow. It has a stretchy band to affix to the air pad, which in summer didn't seem to matter, but in winter fully matters because you can't, your sleeping bag is just so huge that you can't move the pillow and get your hand out of the sleeping bag holes that big. So to get my hand out for anything, I have to like, it's so awkward. So having the pillow stay in place is good. The very bottom goes my sleeping bag in its stuff sack. And then on top, the pillow. And then on top, I just gently put in this tent. Here is the tent rainfly, which is wet. And then this is my Thermarest air mattress I've had for many years. And it's also wet. But it's good. Otherwise, I would say I really, really love this. It's super comfortable and definitely warm. I haven't been cold at all in my sleeping bag. And I have the foam pad, and then this air mattress, and then the ridiculous sleeping bag. Here's some toe warmers. Didn't use them this time. My hand warmers. I always put one with the camera batteries, and then sometimes I use one in my pocket. My backpack interior is one big cavern, and I like it that way. So at the bottom is the sleeping bag in a compression sack. Oh, I forgot to mention this was the brick. On some trips I didn't bring it, but I like it. Brick charger. It's called Night Core or something or other. This is a little light. I've tried different things, like I got one of these inflatable solar lanterns. I like it. And this one also like because it can go really low, a really low light, which is nice in the tent, really soft light. But also this one can change colors, and that helps me with my creative goals. The sleeping bag is a Western Mountaineering Sequoia, which I chose for its amazingness. Cool company. I think it will last me forever. Super warm. This one's rated to 5 degrees, which has been great. And it's a little bit wide because I'm a side sleeper. Now lets me go this side, go that side. Lets me turn in the bag. I can even take off my sock in the bag. In a lot of bags, you just can't bring your leg up because it's too tight. Also, it leaves space for my water bottle, camera bag on the side, inside. Okay, that's not my tent. This squishes down in there, but it's really huge. I mean, I absolutely love this thing. I think I have another segment on sleeping bags, so I'll put that in here too. Side, this bag is huge. It weighs 6 pounds. It's old style. They don't even make this anymore, but there's some out there you can still buy. I love it because in summer I go back to my lighter bags, I think. But I love how big it is, and honestly, it carries the weight so well. And it's super adjustable. So every time I pick this up, I think there's no way. And then it works. It always has this, 32 ounces. This is just a Nalgene, help it not freeze. I put boiling hot water inside. It's awesome. Now I keep it in my sleeping bag. And it's still warm in the morning, warm water. And then on the bottom here is my foam mat, which is Thermarest, full-length version for winter. I think the sleeping bag is the most important thing. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's essential. So Rachel has asked me to show...
This is Tom, my husband.
Husband Tom. Rachel has asked me to share the equipment that I use because it provides a compare and contrast to what she uses, because I have a very different philosophy on gear. I have 3 different winter sleeping bags. All of them are -20 rated. I have 2 of this model and 1 of this model. I just bought this year. This model is the Slumberjack Ronin -20 sleeping bag. I bought it in the summer of 2017 for $69 a piece. And I've camped with it dozens of times and shared it out with friends dozens of times. And it's been an excellent sleeping bag. It's got some really great features to it. Things I like about it is it has double zippers that you can zip from the bottom up or from the top down. It makes it really easy to get into and out of. It's got a box shape at the bottom for your feet. Makes a lot of room so you can put your warm clothes in there for the next morning really easily when you're camping outside. And it was the right price. And it's not light. It weighs somewhere between 7 and 8 pounds. But I'm certainly willing to...
What?
Yeah. I don't remember the exact weight.
I think mine weighs around 3 pounds.
Yeah. You know, when you get a cheaper sleeping bag, it's going to weigh a lot more. But yeah, I don't mind carrying it. I usually use it in combination with a Thermarest foam mat. I don't have anything fancy like Rachel has.
Well, I also have a Thermarest closed cell foam mat.
Yep, but you have something extra.
And then on top I have a Thermarest air mattress, which I've heard sometimes these things break, but mine has lasted years now, and it's quite good. And I cannot imagine doing this without the air mattress.
Differences. These are both synthetic bags.
This is ethically sourced down bag. So he's got no air mattress, and he saved so much money. Although you have two, you have three.
Yeah, I have two of these, one of these. This was brand new this year. They still make this bag. It's again a slumberjack bag.
Look at all this loft.
That's nice. Yeah, $109. Sleep in medium weight long johns with wool socks on, or probably synthetic socks like these. A beanie hat inside here, and on top of just the foam, whatever this is, a 1/2-inch foam pad. And I'd be fine down to 0, maybe even colder than that. I also bring this
liner.
Yeah, this is a Sea to Summit reactor liner. I've only used this once or twice, but I bring it on a lot of trips.
I have one of those too. I think I have the model up from that. Like, it's like a fleece, ultra warm interior liner. I don't really like using it because it's a little bit sticky on the rest of my clothes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely warmer, and I don't need that in this bag. Yep. And then on a few of my trips, I also brought my summer sleeping bag to just drape on top, and that did add warmth, but I realized I don't need that.
You're trying to make a point of is that it doesn't matter the gear so long as you're comfortable with it and you know what you're doing, because you can go from $69 to, oh God, $800.
It matters the gear. It's just that you can get the gear for a wide range of pricing.
You just have to, it's trade-offs, weight versus cost, longevity.
Just a lot of it is personal feeling, what you trust. And
Yep.
I mean, I was terrified to go winter camping, and this being my anchor piece of gear, getting something I thought was the best made me really confident.